Hello, everyone. Welcome to our discussion of No Country for Old Men by McCARTHY, Part 6. Just a reminder, please, not to distribute any of the materials here. I would also encourage you to go to the link I provided in your course outline. It will take you to Criterion on Demand and watch 27 minutes and 52 seconds up to 36 minutes and 57 seconds. That's going to cover what we're discussing in the novel here. Okay, so Belle and Wendell have discovered the burned-out drug deal gone awry in the desert. Sugar has abandoned this drug deal, and they're investigating the shootout in the desert. And it's quite ominous for Belle and for Wendell. They're sharp thinkers, and they figure out what's happened here. And in the film, Wendell says, well, it's a mess, ain't it, Sheriff? If ain't, it'll do till the mess gets here. In the novel, on page 79, they have this conversation. Who the hell are these people, he said. I don't know. I used to say they're the same ones we always had to deal with. Same ones my granddaddy had to deal with. Back then, they was rustling cattle, now they're running dope. But I don't know if that's true no more. I'm like you. I ain't sure we've seen these people before. They're kind. I don't know what to do about them even. If you killed them all, you'd have to build an annex onto hell. Now, every generation feels like this, and this is the exact issue that's going to come up later in the novel, in that central chapter where Belle goes to see Uncle Ellis. And Uncle Ellis is going to show him that every generation feels this way. So, as you get older, a lot of people feel like, as Belle says right here, I ain't sure we've seen these people before. They're kind. I don't even know what to do with them. And that's true. They are not equipped to deal with the new power of the cartels, much less a highly disciplined and somewhat philosophical bounty hunter like Sugar. Meanwhile, Sugar is tracking down Moss, and he's gone to his trailer, which Moss, of course, has fled with Carla Jean, and he's tried to find him, but he's missed him. And in the scene that you've just watched, you've got to watch Sugar's behavior within the trailer. He's very methodical. He's non-emotional. You'll notice when he talks to the lady in the office at the front there, he seems to be somewhat annoyed with her. She is absolutely oblivious who she's talking to or the potential danger she's in. And although she's being problematic, you'll notice if you watch the scene in the background, he can hear a toilet flush. And his conversation here is just like the conversation he has with the gas station owner earlier. He's wondering if he should eliminate this person. When he hears the toilet flush in the background, he decides that it's not worth the extra risk or the extra effort. He's just total efficiency. He may be annoyed, but he's not going to break his moral compass, his philosophy of predeterminism here. Back in the trailer, you'll remember that he took a drink of milk, and when Sheriff Belle and Wendell get there, they find it. And you can tell Belle is very frustrated because what he realizes is that this person he's tracking down, he has no idea who Sugar is, what he looks like, is so professional that he's willing to leave his fingerprints around. He's not on the system. He's a ghost in the system. So people like Anton Chigurh and Carson Wells, they're not really afraid of the law. They're not afraid of people like Sheriff Belle and Wendell. In page 157, Carson Wells is talking about Sheriff Belle to the Matacumbe Petroleum Group. He says, I don't think of him at all. He's a redneck sheriff in a hick town, in a hick county, in a hick state. The law for these people is not a threat. The real power in society, according to the novel, is on the wrong side of the law. There's this new wave of criminals that absolutely lack compassion. They have no rules of morality. They have endless supplies of finances. You remember reading in the novel when the law finds the abandoned airplane. Organized crime can afford to just abandon an entire airplane. Whereas if you were a peace officer or a police officer, you'd have to do paperwork for years to apply to get an airplane. So it's a bit of a David and Goliath situation. And that's why in the film, back at this scene when Belle and Wendell are investigating the crime scene gone wrong, Belle responds to Wendell and says, he's seen the same things I've seen and certainly made an impression on me. That's a radical understatement. Belle knows he's up against something new, against someone who doesn't play by the same rules as him, who doesn't seem to have any sense of morality or decency or right and wrong, and he's realizing he may be outmatched. And to maintain any of his charity or compassion or justice, the things that he's devoted his life to since World War II, might spell the death of him. This is most clearly seen, for example, in the novel with Moss, when he puts down his gun in front of the Mexican gangster to save the hitchhiker girl, and he's immediately killed. So Belle is older than Moss. He's been around more. He's a little bit sharper because he's made more mistakes, and he realizes he's outmatched. So Sugar is tracking Moss at the trailer park, and Moss, of course, has already escaped. He sent Carla Jean to be with her mother. But I would encourage you to watch that scene again because it really shows how Belle is beginning to recognize that he's up against a new type of criminal, hence the title of the novel, No Country for Old Men. So please take a look at the scene again. It's always better the second time. Thank you.